Bonjour! Okay, what I'm going to do, this is a really slippery road day, greasy roads, you know, it's winter, and basically I'm going to try and do a description of exactly what's happening to the car in these really slippery bends. So basically, do commentary, usually it's all about the hazards, anything that's going to cause you to change speed or direction. This is going to be purely the dynamics of what's happening to the car. I want to try and convey exactly how this feels when we're in the bends and it is just on the border at very, very low speeds of going completely out of control. So I'll try and describe it as quickly as possible. I'm going to try and get as much information in there in about 10 seconds of this car almost drifting around a bend, so that yeah, to try to convey what it feels like to drive this classic 1988 Citroën 2CV. Here we go. Service mirrors, brakes. It's going to want to run wide here, it always does in the dry. So very lightly on the power, and yeah, it's tipping out, the back's gone, we're just correcting it ever so slightly. So the back had actually gone there before the front. Just feel it, just for your seat, but the rear had gone, and the front, you have to basically try and catch it, you know, very, very quickly, because what will happen is the front will join it, and you'll end up in a rear wheel drift, oh sorry, a four wheel drift. So in this bend here, now we're in third gear, we are brakes. I can feel there's no grip now. It's slipping now, yeah, very low speeds. It's all over the show. So, coming down here, we've got a bend in the road, junction on the left, watching out for anybody crossing, slow sides, hedge cutting sides. So, brakes, staying in third, off the brakes, ever slightly on the power, and it's slipping now. It's just slipping, we're just counter steering now. You can just feel it go very, very light. It's not a really crisp feeling of it going out of control. Yes, slipping out, understeer, so we're right off it. Don't do anything there, we don't want to be in that other lane with oncoming cars. On the bend inside, we can see it's a sharp right. We've got a warning sign, and we've got the chevrons there. We also have a change of road service, so we mirror check. And we're on the brakes now. We're going to slow right down to the speed we know we should be going at that bend. Off the brakes, lightly on the power. It's just going, yeah, it still slides a little bit. Just wrestling it back. That was only about 50 miles an hour, and it is all four wheels letting go at the same time. So this tractor here, he's there in all the videos actually, isn't he? He was on the other one as well. So very, very light power, or it's just sliding there. Come off it. So we are now, yeah, 25 mile an hour there, less than that. Brakes. We've got a very light feeling here. It's just not really turning in. Okay, feel it. So what you can feel basically is it's like the entire car has been lifted up and is just floating towards the side of the road. You know, it's not understeer, it's not oversteer, it is just the whole thing going at once, and it's very difficult to actually recognise. You need to sort of recognise what's happening, otherwise you'll simply be off the road. This is a very greasy bend. I know it's quite a sharp one, so mirrors. We are coming on the brakes. Brakes have gone a bit spongy there, so mirrors. Into third gear, it's just slipping, I can feel it slipping, ever so light, counter correction, and a little bit on the power there. That is very low speed, that's about 35 miles an hour. And that is just tipping into a four-wheel drift there, so it's on it all the time. Every time you drive it, it is on it. It wants to slip and slide, even at 15 or 20 miles an hour. Moving over the left-hand side, and we can feel a lightness more in the front than the rear. But what happens is the lightness of the front is very quickly, almost like a snap, joined by lightness of the rear, and you've got a four-wheel drift on your hands at less than 40 miles an hour. Nice sharp bend coming up, so this is quite a sharp left-hand bend with a newish road surface, so it'll be quite shiny. So mirror check, what's happening to the car? So we are now into third gear. Just into there it goes, yeah. So yeah. It's going to want to, the arse is going to want to come round, and you're going to be drifting across the road there. So you've got to, the second that starts to happen, you have to sort of know before that starts to happen, come off the power, such as it is, and yeah, just don't do anything. So you need to make sure we're at the right speed before this corner, very, very lightly on the power. So with the right hand bend, it's only going to take us into the hedge. Not somewhere we want to be, but better than being over the wrong side of the road. So yeah, and then we're into fourth gear here. And again, we're having to assess things such a long way ahead. We need to know we're not going to be forced to change direction or stop way in advance of anything else, because by the time it looks like you're going to have to change direction or stop, it's taking you by surprise, it's just too late. These cars lot of fun. Crossroads here, one ahead. I've already backed off. I've already moved over to the centre of the road. I'm already looking. I could stop because I've already backed off. No one's there, so we're back on the power. In a Citroën 2CV, you need to basically have all of that there. So you need to have already assessed it and made those decisions so that if something like that happens, you can stop. So you've got to predict everything all the time. Because if you're going at your normal speed and someone pulls out, you're simply going to hit them. And it's the same in any classic car, or the same as if you're driving at very high speed. Going to the bend, is it blocked? We already think it might be blocked, so we've already dropped a gear. And it's not blocked, so we're back on the power there. Again, is it blocked? Always assume someone's had a crash, or someone's standing in the road, or, you know, worst case scenario. You can see around this one some mirrors. What we're preparing for here is the slide. So it's going to slide a little bit around here, just allowing it to slide wide. Use up that available road space, and now we're staying on the left hand side, watching that junction, oncoming vehicles, and we are now preparing for that bend there. If that's completely blocked, so we're taking the line, white line, watching that junction, we're preparing for that if that's completely blocked, so it isn't, so now we can get back on the power there. So let's put on a little bit more power, so power. We can see in 2 seconds we've got oncoming vehicles. So now we're assuming that Mercedes has crashed in the corner and he's blocked it, so we're right up the power. We're almost fully stopped going around here, it's fine, so we can make a bit of progress. Right, crossroads here, lots of oncoming vehicles. What is that telling me? So it's telling me there could be someone coming across my path. In this car, we simply can't pull up quickly, so we're staying in the centre of the road. We are observing the slow, so as we're coming right up, we're actually going to drop a gear here because the road is so greasy, there's so little grip. We've got someone moving in the car park, oncoming vehicles, no one at the crossroads, so we can firm up the drive. And now we're going into fourth gear here, oncoming vehicles, and yeah, so this is like a semi-commentary gear towards the Citroën. This isn't like a full commentary, so yeah, just over the left-hand side. Are we going to need to change speed and direction around this corner? I'm not sure. Crossroads coming up, mirrors, so we could have someone in the lay-by there. We're coming right up, we've got a lorry here, what's he going to do? No one at the crossroads. Yeah, so classic cars, especially this Citroën 2CV in the winter with these tyres on with no grip. You're sort of driving to a imaginary picture of the worst case scenario. So you're not driving to what you can see, but you're driving to what you can reasonably expect could happen. So, you know, you're driving past a clear turning. You must drive past in a Citroën 2CV like somebody has just emerged, because by the time somebody has just emerged, it's too bloody late. Yeah, so if you see people driving a Citroën 2CV, and I get annoyed with them sometimes, but if you see somebody nearly stopping before a bend, that's why they haven't got any grip at all. Windy today. Okay. Put the roof on so you can hear what I'm saying. Right. How is it? So yeah, it's scrabbling for grip there. The front and the back is sliding at the same time. We've got good visibility around that corner, the race as well as I can, but yeah, if you even get the speed a mile an hour higher than your judgment as to what it should be before you go in the corner, you're dealing with a four-wheel drift, even at about 15 miles an hour. So yeah, these are brilliant fun to drive. Yeah, hopefully we've got most of it across. That's what it's like to drive a Citroën 2CV in slippery conditions in the winter. Thanks for watching. See you soon.